Hello my convicts, yes, it is I, the Kappa Convict, bringing you another video guys, and today, yes, we're going to talk a little bit about OBS. I've done the Elgato, now it's OBS's turn for me to go and talk a little bit about this and how it works and how to improve and make your videos super lube cool. I don't know why I said lube, but there we go, and so slippery, you know, they'll be the slickest of the slick. So let's get it on. As it, you know, my tech videos are straight to the point, so here we go. So first of all, download OBS. This is OBS 20.0.1. Today is the 13th of August 2017, so that's the date. It's 11:15 in the UK here, and I'm doing this recording for you guys to help you with OBS. So what you need to do is download OBS. This is OBS Studio, I believe. Anyone who downloads it from the website now, I think it gives you this one anyway. This is a 64-bit Windows one. I am running Windows 10. So let me tell you a little bit about the computer I'm using to give you an idea first. First of all, the computer I'm using right now is a Core i5. I've just recently got a new graphics card, which was the NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti, which I've just recently bought. I've got 8 GB of GDDR4 memory. The webcam is the C920, which is 1080p. Which also has its own built-in memory. The hard drive in here is a Seagate 1TB hard drive as well. And that's about it. That's all I need to really tell you about the computer. Windows 10, I'm using the 64-bit version, and this is my condenser toner microphone. So what we need to do, guys, is first talk about some of the settings in here that will help you out when you're doing recordings. So the first things first is what you need to do is you need to actually come up to scenes. You need to create a scene. So what I've done here, I've just named it test, because I've actually been running a lot of tests on different videos to see if I can actually get it to work properly. I've been having a lot of experiences where it's been very laggy and problematic, and I think I've found out what the problem is. Now generally when I use these two up here, I've been going onto the sources over here, and you click on add. When you click on add, it will give you this list here. Now generally what I've been actually doing, I've been going down to game capture, and then I've been going and picking the game capture, which has been using the Elgato. And I've noticed now what I think I've been doing wrong is when you click on game capture, not only are you using OBS, but you're using the Elgato as well, because I've got the Elgato HD60. That's the software I'm using with this to do the video capture, so that's what I'm using at the moment. Not the HD60S, sorry, the HD60, it's the one before it. So if that's what you're using, guys, that's what you need to use. I'm going to be recording PC stuff, so this is generally for PC. So I've actually found out what is better is display capture. So if you go down here and you find display capture, which is at the top, and click on that, it will actually ask you then what screen you want to record on. So if you click display capture, it will ask you if you want to add new or use an existing one. I'm just going to say new for now. And here it says display, and you can see 1920 by 1080. That's my BenQ monitor. And then if I click on OK, that will then start to capture my BenQ monitor. Or if I want to use the other one, which is 1440 by 900, which is my Hans G, which is the one above. But obviously I would want to use my best one, which is my BenQ. So I'm going to cancel that, but if you click on OK for whichever screen you're using, you should know the resolutions of both your screens, and then there you go. Once you've done that, as you see now I've got two. Let me remove that one now because I don't need that one and I don't want to confuse you. So once you've actually clicked that, then you should start displaying and capturing your screen, as I am currently for you guys recording this. Then you want to add on your webcam. For the webcam, you want to go on here, and then you want to go down to where it says video capture device, and then click on that, and then you want to find your webcam, and then click OK, and that's what will give you the webcam up here as well. And then you can resize it however you want it. I'm going to leave it around about there. So that's that part done. So once you've done that, you want to then go to settings, and this is where the fun stuff starts to happen. So first of all, you want to go to general. The only thing I've changed on here is the theme. I've changed it to dark. A lot of people seem to think it's easier on the eye. It is in my case. Stream, I'm going to ignore that. This is mainly for recording. So if you're going to be recording gameplay without streaming, this is the settings you want to follow. Then you go to output. you want to change the output to advanced, and you want to change then the tab underneath, make sure that is under recording. If you click on streaming, that's going to be your settings for streaming. Recording is for recording like I'm doing right now. Then you want to go down to the type, leave that as standard. The videos, I've left the recording path on the videos because I don't generally bother about adding on that. Change the recording format to MP4 because that's the best one to use. Now audio track, in this one you can actually add different audios. So if you're going to be, say, recording your gameplay on one track, you want your audio on a different track, you want your microphone on a different track, then you click each one of these and then you choose which one you want it to be. So that could be your video, your microphone, and desktop audio if you're using such as recording software. But then you would need to change recording format to something else because you can't use MP4, because MP4 can't be split. As it says here, MP4 will be unrecoverable as a final result. So you want to maybe use MKV and remux the recording to MP4 as it's finished. So you'll get that. It's something you could do it. I think you can do it separate as MP4s and then do it. Well, I'm not 100% sure as I don't use recording software, so don't quote me on that. I know some people be saying, no, that's wrong. Generally, if you want to add on now, I'm not 100% sure on how it works, but I know if you press 1, 2 and 3, you can separate the audio tracks basically. So I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? So don't come moaning. So press 1, 2 and 3, you can separate them into different tracks. Now I'm using the NVIDIA, as you know, so that's what I'm using the encoder for. If you put it on the X264, it will then start using the CPU of your computer, and that will obviously take away from your gameplay. So if you're using a game that's a AAA title, then the X264 you want to kind of stay away from, because that will use all the power of your CPU and it'll make your CPU pretty hot. And because I'm using a Core i5, I don't want to be doing that, so I use the graphics card to help me out with that. The rescale output I leave as default, which is 1920 by 1080. Then we go down to the rate of control. I used the capture bitrate for that. I leave it as it is, CBR. The bitrate, I've left it at 40,000. Now Core i5 seems to be okay, doesn't seem to be that much of a problem, so it seems okay. If you're having any problems, then maybe downscale it a little bit from 40,000. Intervals I leave as 0, preset I leave as default, profile I leave as main, and level I leave as auto. I use 2 pass encoding, that's checked, I think that's default. GPU is 0 and B frames is 2. I believe they're all default. If not, then just copy these down. Then you want to go into your next bit, which is your audio tab. And here you can see I've put the output mode up to advanced and the audio bitrate up to 320. Again, if you're using different tracks, you want to add whichever audio rate you want them to be. So it's completely up to you and what you want. I've put it as 320. Then we can go on to the next one. So once you've done all that, you can go down to audio. The sample rate wants to be 48 kilohertz. The reason for this is you want it to keep it the same as the recording microphone you're using. What you can do is come down here to the bottom, click on the bit where it says Elgato, as you can see here, go to recording devices, and then you want to select what you're using. As you can see, the bars here says I'm using the Realtek high definition audio, which it is because it's plugged in there. That's my condenser microphone. Click on that, go right click down to properties, and then go to advanced tab, and you can see here 2 channel 16-bit 48,000 Hz DVD quality. And that's the reason why you want to keep it 48 up there. If it's different, then change it and keep it the same. Everything else is default, and my auxiliary audio device is my condenser microphone. So that's what I've selected there, guys. So you just select whatever your microphone is, whether it be the Blue Yeti or anything else. Everything else is default. Go down to video. Now, as you can see, the output is currently active, so I can't really change anything, but these are what the settings are. The base and the output is 1920 by 1080, so I've left it as default. The downscaler is the highest it can be, which is Lanczos, or however you want to say it, which is the highest, sharpened detailing 32 samples, and the common frame per second is 60 frames per second. I've left them all the same on there, so they're all exactly the same. Hotkeys I don't touch. You can if you want to. Just remember to be careful, because if you say start putting a key in as start streaming, stop streaming, and you go to type to a friend, remember that key will stop and start your stream. So be aware that when you're using hotkeys, it's not something you're going to start typing. So maybe you want to do, say, an email on the other screen because you've got two monitors like I have. Just beware, because obviously if you tap that hotkey, it will then do whatever your hotkeys are on here to OBS. Advanced, you want the process priority up to above normal, the render to be direct 3D 11, color format to be NV12, YUV color space to be 709, and the color range to be full. Audio monitoring, everything else on here is set as default. So if you want to keep it as default, then by all means you can do so. You can change it up to you, completely up to you. If anything is different on yours to this, then just mark these down. You might want to pause it here and just double check on that. And that's all you need to do, guys. That's all you need to do. So just one thing, obviously, just to remind you again, just make sure that when you do this, the display capture is on there. When you use the other capture, which is game capture, what you'll actually notice is OBS will open, but in the background on your computer in Task Manager, it's also using your Elgato as well. Your Elgato is running as well. So you're running two capture softwares at the same time. All this is recording what's ever happening on my BenQ monitor. Whatever's happening on this screen is just capturing that window, and I could choose either this window or to copy the Hans G, whichever one I want to do is completely up to you. I've actually found this is better. Using it the other way, you're going to be capturing with two capture softwares, and if you're using just a little Core i5, it's too much. And you've noticed in some videos I've done, especially such as PUBG, it's very strenuous. But let me just quickly show you this video I've got on here, guys. So I'm just going to make this disappear up onto my other screen so you can't see it. Get up there. Okay, and then come back down here. Let me just show you this recording I did just a moment ago using exactly this. So go to videos, let it load a minute. It's this one here. Hello my convicts, yes it is I, the Kappa Convict. And this is the video I'm doing. Let me just shrink that. Oh no, that's not the one. Sorry. Where's it gone? Where have you gone, video? Maybe it's this one. Hello my convicts, yes it is improved. Obviously you know my... Okay, I can't find it now. Because see, this is what it was like before. This is when I was using game capture. How laggy it was. Can you see how laggy it is? I can't find the other one now. Where's the other one? I see you come upstairs, darling. Where's it gone? I can't find it now for some reason. Just bear with me a second, guys. 13th of August. So it's going to be one of these ones. Well, this is not going to be. Here we go. And there we go. As you can see, there's no lag. Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Oh, he's stopped now. He's figured it out. Hang on, I can't do it anymore. So as you can see on here, there's no lag. There's no weirdness. The rock. Yeah, apparently I can't get around that rock. And this is using the window capture. It's a bit bizarre, but there we go. Don't fall in a compound hole. And I'll show you the other one again. This is what I was using before when it had it on game capture. Look how laggy it is. Look how bad that is. It's really, really laggy and choppy. It's like the frame rate is just absolutely garbage. And that's what I was using before. I even did one on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and this is using game capture. And watch how bad the lag is in this. Aiming at people from range. Have I got a police vest too? Let me just get him outside. Be heading around this way. Can you see how laggy this is? The frame rate is just so bad. So I'm gonna actually do some on here using window capture.
Look in here.
Well, that's what I was using when I was using game capture. So there we go, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick idea into the world of OBS. My little boy's here, so I do apologize if you can hear him in the background. But I just wanted to help you out. If you're having problems, guys, and you're also having issues where you can hear your voice and it's echoing, then you also need to put in a noise gate as well, and that will actually combat that. So I'm going to leave it here because my little boy's just come upstairs and my partner's somewhere downstairs. I don't know what she's doing. But you know it is I, the Kappa Convict. I'm signing out, guys, and as always, I salute you guys at home, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.